Stories, tales from the bank, like tales from the crypt. Well, this past week, sometimes you have to swap out the toner cartridges on the check printers. Except I noticed this time it was cartridges we can't use. So I told my boss about it. We got 2 of them. It's like, why don't they refund us the money for the unusable cartridges? It's like, well, they just auto ship them. So I don't know who pays. Definitely not me. And somebody thought it was weird that I wanted an address verification on a check I was overnighting. The address was incomplete. I didn't want to guess the city name and the zip code, especially when it was going to a city in Minnesota. There are a lot of cities in the state that start with Min. Yeah. Who wants to be wrong? Not me! I don't want to get yelled at all these emails and calls saying, why'd you do this? I wish I was making that up. All right. Yeah, I do eat like most people. You gotta eat to live. That means you gotta go to the grocery store. And when I was at Hy-Vee this weekend, I still saw something that was perplexing. I like that word, perplexed. So there we go. Best chance I've had to use in a while. There were candies that were inspired by the TV show Golden Girls. And it's like, yeah, I remember that show when I was a kid, and I'm surprised that it's still popular because it went off the air a while back. And even though I didn't buy the candies, I got a picture of it because it's like, yeah, I do remember that one episode where Betty White said, sometimes life just isn't fair, kiddo. And it's like, whoa. I mean, my parents might feel the same way about popular TV shows of their childhood that was still popular when I was around, like when they made me watch the Roy Rogers show. And then there were plenty of other black and white shows they wanted me to watch just like that one, if they were still available. All right, next one. Something more recent than that, Young Sheldon. For some reason, I was moved by this season finale more than others, and I was trying to put a finger on it as to why in a Facebook posting, and then I finally figured it out. Sheldon got on a plane again, and I remember when I first got on a plane, I went with my dad to Tucson, Arizona to visit his aunt. I was 15. So I think of getting on a plane as growing up, maturing. And I guess the songs I could think of that mention that seem to be right with that. The 3 I could think of right away were the folk song, Leaving on a Jet Plane, and then there's Maroon 5, Whispered Goodbye, and She Got on a Plane. There's Mark Cohn, Put on My Blue Suede Shoes and Boarded the Plane. There we go. And I guess when I'm getting on a plane, I'm planning on doing something too. Even now, so makes perfect sense. So there we are, TV. Movies, yeah, I'm still buying movies from the liquidation sale and watch them right away, so it's still delayed on my next Redbox rental. And when I wrote about them, I had to tell people, no, not that one, because sometimes they reuse titles for movies. I watched The Gambler, not Kenny Rogers, the one with Mark Wahlberg, or I still sometimes call him Marky Mark. I actually like John Goodman in it. He had a pretty good line in it. It's kind of nice to get to a comfortable point in your life where you tell people to fuck you. It's like, in terms of having enough money in the bank, it's like, you know what, you're right. Who doesn't like having that feeling if you ever have it? And then the other one was Blaze, but not the one about the politician, the songwriter from Austin, Texas. I like music movies. It's there. That's the best thing I can say about that one.
John Denver.
Yeah, that probably goes back to me talking about plane songs, because I think Leaving on Jet Plane was his song before Peter, Paul, and Mary. All right, next subject. We got to move on. All right. All right. I like doing meetup events, and at the last minute on Saturday morning, I heard about one in the afternoon that was free admission. It's like, who doesn't like that? How often does that happen for plays? So I went to it. It was called Red Heron. It's like, well, it's better than some of the things I've seen at Fringe. I think that says a lot about Fringe, unfortunately, not the play I was watching. Because some of those plays at Fringe are not very good. I guess that's why they're at Fringe. But I'm going to remember it even better what happened when I was driving home, because I was stuck in traffic and I had my window down, and then I could tell that some teenager going the other direction was filming with his camera. And they actually said, "Look at me!" And I told him no, and my window went up. I felt like saying more like "fuck you," but it's like, no, I don't want that on whatever he's filming. It's like, aren't there more important things right now? Like, drive the damn car? Call me crazy. Some people have, I'm sure. This weekend I was surprised that there was a booyah happening in St. Paul. I still have to explain to people what booyahs were. It's a thick vegetable beef soup. And it's like, well, I'm a bachelor. I like good food. I don't have to cook. So I went. And usually they're just in the fall, but this is a rare one. It's like, no, I don't have to wait for football season. Good. And at this one, I was thinking, all right, bag of chips and the popcorn are both $1. And it's like, yeah, I'll pick the popcorn. You know why? Because I got more popcorn than I did with the chips for the same amount. I like popcorn. So, yeah, it was win-win all around. But sometimes there are very good choices to make, one over the other. And I felt like I did the right one. So, yay for me. Well, that'll do it for me. You've all been great.